Hey guys, what's going on? I just thought I would do a video on the workbench. It is pretty much completed. The only thing that I have to do right now is flatten the top. And the only reason I haven't done that yet is because where it's going to be, the floor is so uneven that I want to put it in its final location. I'm thinking it's going to kind of go over here. I got to get all the lumber and the saw out of there, and I'll slide this over here so I can still set up a table saw and cut some stuff if I have to. But I don't want to flatten it over here and then slide it over there and then it like tilts or something. I don't know. I just don't want to do it twice. So I just have to flatten the top. So what I ended up with, was 31 and a half across for the width and 71 and a half in length. And the top thickness came out to 4 3/4. So flattening it, I will probably lose, I can't say more than a quarter. I hope not a quarter. I hope maybe an eighth. So whatever. Say 4.5 inch, worst case scenario, flattening the top, lose a quarter. 4.5 inch thickness. The tool well turned out to be 8 1/4 by 3 1/4 deep. So I'm pretty clumsy, so I wanted a bigger tool well, I guess, so I can like put like a full plane in there on its side, like a 5 or a 7 or whatever have you. I just wanted to be able to put a lot of stuff in there, and I didn't want it to be small and have to like pick up stuff to try and find stuff. So, I mean, if it gets that full, I should clean the shop. So, but yeah, I don't know. I put 2 vices in it. This is the tail vise, end vise, whatever. This is a 10-inch Colombian. The model number is 9RD. I picked this up on eBay. This is a beautiful vise, just as is. I didn't have to do anything to it. The only thing I did do was I turned a new handle because the hole for the handle was about like a shy 1 inch, and it was like a 1/2 inch copper pipe. So it was just super sloppy, and every time I used it, it was horrible. So I turned this, so it's about as tight as you can get it without grasp binding, I guess, when you go to use it. So this one's kind of cool. This is a little different. I didn't even know that this would do this, but you tighten it. Like, you put your stuff in and you tighten it, but you only get 1 revolution. Like, this is all you can do. But, so you just open it, tighten it, and then and that's it. And that thing is really, really solid. And there's a pop-up dog right there, which is a good almost 3/4 up above. And it'll be even more once I flatten it. And then the face vise is a Craftsman, some weird model number, 3915195. But this thing's pretty cool. It's got the dog too. But this is also the quick release. But this is the one where if you back it off a couple turns, you heard that thing drop, and then you can just open it all the way. But that is also a 10-inch. So this is also another really solid one. But I went the other day and I got some maple. It was a 1x6 maple from Home Depot. Paid a crazy amount of money for it. But so I made some maple faces for it out of both of those. I was pretty happy with that. But pretty proud. Definitely not pretty proud. I'm really proud of the way it came out. I don't know if you saw this, obviously, but it's modeled after the Paul Sellers bench, but I went the Wranglerstar route with using the 2x6s for the thicker top because I just wanted a really sturdy bench, and I'm just shocked. I mean, just like everybody says, I've never had like a real bench, and I'm just shocked at how sturdy it is and how it just does not want to move at all. So, it's pretty cool. Sorry about the lighting. I just bought the house, so this is like kind of like the new shop. There's no electric or lights in here. I got everything. I'm running cords from the opposite room. This is finished. This is like a built-on addition. And I thought I should build a workbench before I ran electric, because that is definitely more important than lights, right? I got a spotlight and a cordless DeWalt light hanging up, but somebody knows what I'm talking about. That's definitely more important. So the legs were through mortise and tenon, and the top one is in there behind the apron. The clamps, I learned a lot on this. I learned that you definitely need to put something behind clamps because that's what it does to wood. Not too happy with that, but I mean, I know it's a workbench, but definitely after a couple of these, I was finally smart enough to start putting some scrap cut-offs of wood behind it, and that stopped it. And I probably didn't have to tighten them as tight either. I read a couple things online that, I mean, this is like the first real thing I've built, but just, you gotta keep cranking it down to get it tight, and that was a little much. But the bench, I guess I would say it was, the material was prepared by machine. Like, I ripped the bull nose off the 2x6s on my table saw, and then I planed it to thickness just to get it flat for when doing the glue up and the laminations of the board on the planer. But then, like, the mortise and tenon was done by chisel, hammer and chisel, and I just couldn't believe how, if you just watch the videos and do what they show you, it just comes out right, I guess. If you just like prepare your stock square, it just works out well. So I don't know, I was shocked for the first time doing it, crawling under the bench now. So I mean, it all came out pretty tight, really tight, I guess. I'm really happy with that. And then I also did the wedge. I dadoed the apron in. Dadoed, right? I'm still learning the terminology. I'm sorry if it's wrong. I dadoed the apron in, and then I made the wedge. This is out of oak. This is out of kiln dried 2x6s. So I assume it's spruce, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's not fir. I know it's not fir. So spruce, white. It's soft, but it's not bad. Anyways, sorry. So the wedge and this little piece is out of oak that I had, and that really keeps it from racking. They were totally right if you watch the videos on that. That was key to tightening it up. And then it just really, I just take my hammer and I put my claw up in here and I just kind of pull it down, and it just like sucks that right down and locks the bench right in. And then there's one of those on every corner. So those really help out. Here's the vise. This is the quick release, like I was saying. As it backs out, try and do this, that pops out, and then you can just slide the vise in and out. So that's kind of cool. This all had to get dadoed out for the vise. It goes all the way back into the apron. This is the apron. I mean, not the apron, I'm sorry, the tool well. Tool well. So this all had to get dadoed out. And that one was round. This one was round. This one was a lot harder than the Columbia, the Craftsman. Because the Craftsman was just a straight, it was flat. So, but even that, all of this was done by chisel to get all that out. It's pretty. So, and then just like in Paul Sellers, I just have some lag bolts into the top to keep it down, because this is what I have to leave out of. So if I plan on kind of getting a bigger shop, maybe down the road in a couple years, 5-10 years, maybe getting like a metal building out back in the property, because the saws and stuff are kind of loud, but that way I can get it out, because I don't think I'm probably make another bench, but I'm definitely going to keep this for as long as I have it, because I made it.